In this video, I want to show you how you can get the most out of your iPhone. I'm using the iPhone 14 Pro Max, and I'm going to show you what it looks like with different settings, rear-facing camera versus selfie-facing camera, and also cinematic mode or video mode. Which do you choose? I'm going to show you what they all look like, and I'm going to show you what I prefer, what I use, and then we're going to dive into the actual settings of my camera app so that you can see how I have mine set up, which I find helps me make the best possible videos. So I hope this helps. Let's get into it. This one is regular video mode with the selfie-facing camera, the selfie camera. So this one, you got to be careful because if you look at yourself, I'm looking straight at myself in the camera, it's going to look like you're looking off into the corner. So you really have to concentrate on looking at that little green dot. So this is selfie mode or selfie camera, regular video mode. And I'll show you what it looks like in all different angles with the sun. So if the sun is on me now, if I come over here, it's off to the side, just to give you a good look. Regular video mode, selfie camera. This is also the selfie camera, but this time I'm in cinematic mode. So the big difference here is the background is all blurry and I'm in focus. So again, I'm just going to spin around. The sun is on my eyes right now, or on my face, looking down here. So I don't recommend using this one if you want to show the scenery. Because yeah, it's all blurred out, so you can't really see what's going on. So this is not the mode that I typically use. Again, this is a selfie camera. Make sure you're looking at that blue dot and not at the center of the screen if you want to use this. A lot of people do like using this because they like to see if they're in frame or not. It's not the way I do it, but I'll get into that next. Now we've got cinematic mode with the rear-facing camera. So I find this one a lot easier. I can't see that I'm in frame, but it is a better camera. I just look at the lens. Like there's one thing to look at the back and it's the lens, and that way you're never looking like you're looking off into the corner. But anyway, so this is a better camera. It's the rear-facing camera. And this is cinematic mode, so the background is still blurry, or it should be. I can't tell because I'm not looking at the selfie camera, but we'll have a look when I get back, okay? So cinematic mode, rear-facing camera. Okay, and this is regular video mode with the rear-facing camera. This is what I usually use because you can see the background. It's what I usually use when I'm outside, that is, because you can see my background. It's in focus, as am I, and it's a better camera. So this is what I use outside. I do like to use the cinematic mode when I'm inside, and I want the background to be a little bit blurrier, but when I'm outside, this is the one that I use. Now let me go back to the office, and I want to show you my camera settings. Okay, back in my office now, and I want to show you how I've got my iPhone set up. So again, I've got the iPhone 14 Pro Max, but these settings should apply all the way back to the iPhone 12 and right up to the current iPhone 16. So we're going to click on Settings, and then scroll down until you see Camera. We'll select that option. So this is where we get to our camera settings. The first thing I want to point out is the Preserve settings. So about halfway down, let's click on Preserve Settings. Okay, here is where you can set the things that you want your phone to remember when you come back to it. Okay, so for example, I've got camera mode, I've got that toggled on. All that means is that it will remember the last camera mode that I used. So if the last time I made a recording, I had the cinematic mode selected, then the next time I go to take a video, cinematic mode will be selected. It'll remember the last setting, okay? It'll preserve my settings. Okay, so there are several things you can preserve the settings for. I have it set for camera mode, preserve the settings for creative controls, depth control, exposure adjustment, and pretty much everything else. So you can see how I've got mine set up. Now let's go back. I'm going to click on camera to go back. Now let's go up near the top. So there are several different settings for your aspect ratio and your frame rate that you can set. So for example, record video. You notice that I have it set at 4K 30 frames per second. That means whenever I select to record a video, regular video recording mode, it'll start off at 4K 30. I'll always be able to change that if I want to, but I typically record in 4K 30 frames per second, so that's what I want my default to be set at. If you click here, you can notice that you can set it at several different ones. So if you have storage concerns, if you don't have that much storage space available in your iPhone, you may want to choose 24 frames per second, or you may want to choose 1080p or even 720p. Okay, so I've got 4K 30 frames per second set. I have the 128 gigabyte version for this phone, and I believe I have around 50 gigabytes free of available space. I make sure I get my photos and videos off of my phone once I've taken them so that they don't use up so much storage space, so I have enough space available to make a video. Okay, so I've got no problem with 4K 30. If we go back, now it shows the other video modes. So the other one I talk about in this video is cinematic mode. For cinematic mode, I have it set at 4K 24 frames per second. Now, I probably should change that to 4K 30 frames, because if I do videos in both cinematic and regular video mode, then for the same project, you would want everything within one project to be the same frames per second. But typically 24 frames per second is thought of as more of a cinematic frames per second. So that's why I have that set at that. And I don't use this mode that often, even though I just showed you in this video what it looks like. So let's back up here. You can have your settings set for record slow motion video. So I've got it at 1080p, 120 frames per second. And the reason that is, if you record something at 120 frames per second, you can slow it down to a quarter of the speed and still be getting 30 frames per second, right? If we divide 120 by 4, you get 30. So that's how you get very smooth slow motion recordings. Okay, so that's that. But the two that I used here, record video and record cinematic, those are the presets. If we go down further, the record sound, I've got it set to stereo. Formats, I've got it set to most compatible. Okay, if we scroll down here, that's the only thing I have set there. Preserve settings, we talked about that. Use volume up for burst. I don't have that set. I don't typically use that. Scan QR codes, show detected text. I've got those highlighted. Now, this is important. Grid and level. So when you have the grid selected, you can choose to select a grid or not, and that'll divide your screen into, it'll basically add 2 vertical lines and 2 horizontal lines, and it helps you frame the shot. You typically want the eyes of your subject, so myself, if I'm filming myself, to be along the top third line. Okay, so my head would typically be closer to the top than the bottom. That's the proper way to frame yourself. And then also, if you want to show the background as well, if there's something you want to highlight in the background, then quite often you may want to put your subject over on one of the third lines off to the side. Okay, in this case, I'm right in the middle, and that's fine because this is the shot that I want. But typically when I'm going for a walk and making a walk and talk video, I will put myself as best as I can off to 1/3, like on one of those 1/3 lines. Okay, so I like having the grid selected so that I can see that when I'm using the selfie camera, or if I'm behind the camera and actually filming something with the rear-facing camera, I can see those grid lines. The other thing I have selected here is level. Okay, I've got the level selected, and that'll give you a horizontal line. It'll show you if you're not holding your phone, you know, perfectly level like this. If you're trying to take a video and you're a little bit uneven like this, the line will show you how you have to tilt your phone to come back to level, and I'll show a little B-roll of that, so you know what I'm talking about. I don't like to have my front camera mirrored, so I have that deselected, and then view outside the frame, I've got that selected. If we go down further, I actually don't take very many photos, so we can ignore that part. This is about video. Lens correction is selected and macro control is selected. Okay, so if we back up now, there's actually one more thing I wanted to show you in the camera settings. So if we go back into camera settings, up at the top, record video is where this is located. Click on that. And if we scroll down, I kind of skipped over this, but I wanted to point out enhanced stabilization. If you have that turned on like I do here, that means that when you go outside for a walk with your camera and you're going to hold your camera and record yourself, it's going to stabilize your phone automatically. So it does that by cropping in a little bit, and then with software, it stabilizes your shot. Okay, so that's super handy. It stops your footage from looking all jittery. and just helps by smoothing out the whole video. And yeah, I love that. So I have that selected as well. So those are my camera settings, and I hope this helps. If you have any questions, leave a comment below, and I will see you in another video. Thanks, guys.